Teri, and this is another one of this in my series of what I call express flow yoga practices, where you will be moving, challenging yourselves, staying with your breath, all in under 40 minutes. So let's get started. Start lying on your backs. Bring the soles of your feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. Some people call it sleeping butterfly or goddess. Place a hand on your belly, a hand on your chest. Feel the knees soften to the floor. Notice the gentle rhythm of your breath. And begin to deepen it. Breathing in, feeling the front ribs expand. Open mouth, breathing out. Let's breathe together, 3 rounds of breath. Deep breath in, fill all the way up. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Breath in. Open mouth, breath out. Another long breath in, fill all the way to the top. Open your mouth and exhale, let it go. And lightly seal your lips together, come into a soft Ujjayi breath. Bring your hands to your knees, bring your knees together. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock and roll a little bit on the back of the pelvis, the spine. Bring your knees apart, bring your hands underneath your thighs, draw your thighs towards your outer ribs. Perhaps you can bring your hands to your ankles or even the outsides of your feet for an early happy baby pose. You might feel some step tightness inside of your groin, your inner thighs. Just gotta breathe a little bit more stretch and sensation into it. You'll be working a little bit on your hips today. Straighten one leg and then the other. Maybe even roll over onto one side, then the other. Eventually bring your knees together. Your hands underneath your thighs, rock and roll a few times until you come all the way up into a cross-legged seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, bring your arms by your ears, reach high. Step your left fingertips to the floor, lift and lengthen, stretch over towards the left. Press up, right hand down, left arm reaches overhead. Inhale back to center, twist to the left, lead to the center of your chest, relax your shoulders, arms broaden out to the sides. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to your right, look over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left hand down, stretch over towards your left. Inhale back up, right hand down, left arm reaches overhead. Inhale back up, find your twist, again twisting at the center of the spine, lower ribs, middle ribs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Roll the hands to your knees, draw your chest to your shoulders. So you exhale, round the spine, sink way back, arms can go long. One more round. Inhale, pull the chest to the shoulders as a variation of cat and cow. And exhale, hug the belly in as you round it back. Come all the way back up. Roll over onto your hands and knees for a tabletop position. Straighten your right leg back behind you. Press equally into both hands as your arms grow long. Draw your right leg back behind you. As you exhale, bring your knee into your nose and round into the upper back. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, tap your right arm with your right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap your right arm. Open up your right hip. Extend your right leg back behind you. Step your left foot out to the outside the mat, just a bit as a kickstand. Roll your right hip open, right hip on top, right shoulder on top of left, right hip on top of left. Pull your right leg long back behind you. Press into your left hand, get a little bit more length from your palm to your fingertips. Either staying here, bend into your right knee, reach for your foot for Chapasana Modified. Press the foot into the hand, find a little bit more of a gentle back bend in your upper back. Shoulder blades draw right into the back of the chest, maybe even lean your head back. Square everything off. Draw your right hand down, right knee underneath left. Come into a round of cat and cow, chest pulls forward. Exhale, press away from the floor, let your head and neck drop. Come back to neutral. Adjust the hips to level, straighten your left leg long back behind you. Feel the pull of the leg as you draw your left heel back. And take another breath in, draw the chest forward, lift the leg. As you exhale, curl an eagle into the nose as you bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, extend, reach front, reach back. Exhale, knee to left outer arm. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to left outer arm. Inhale, extend the leg. Step your right foot outside your mat. Draw your left arm overhead. Right shoulder is directly over your wrist. Left leg long to the back. Bring your left arm up overhead. Stay here. Find this great stretch. Or bending into your back knee. Reach for your foot. Find your modified Chapasana. A half bow pose. Drawing the chest forward. Leaning your head back. Push the foot into the hand. Feel a little bit more of a quad stretch. A little bit more opening in your front psoas. Inhale. Bring your arm overhead. Exhale. Come back into your tabletop position. One more round of cow-cat. Draw the chest to the shoulders. Exhale, round the spine. Come back to neutral. Step your hands in front of you. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Let your head and neck relax. Feel free to bend one knee and then the other. And notice every time you come into a down dog, the first one of practice, it's like the first thing you've ever done. Just get reacquainted with the pose. Just feel a sense of familiarity, but also bring a sense of renewedness to it. A little bit more of a sense of, wow, this is maybe a sensation I never really noticed in this particular pose before. So always treat your practice like it's one you've never done before. And press into your knuckles. Spread your fingers well. Find a nice long line of energy from the pinky fingers all the way to the outer edges of your feet. Press away from the floor with the hands, lengthen your legs, let your head and neck relax. Our next inhalation into a high plank position, shoulders over wrists. Front body supports back body, nice long line, crown of head to heels. Pull the navel into the spine. As you exhale, downward facing dog, push away as you send your hips high. 2 more rounds, inhale into a high plank. Exhale, hips are high, down dog. Inhale into a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring a soft bend into your knees. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Take a soft bend in your knees more. Slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Press firmly into your feet. Start to lengthen your legs. Bring your arms overhead. Reach high. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest. Namaste, equal standing. Breath in, big reach up. Utthita Hastasana. As you exhale, twist to your left. Arms outstretched. Pull your right hip back. Stay in your twist. Reach and lengthen the right arm, right chest towards the front of the room, slowly lowering down. As you do so, bend into your right knee, fingertips in front of you. Take a breath in, pull your right hip back. Draw the crown of the head towards me, find your twist, look over your left shoulder. Another breath in, exhale, slowly unwind. Breath in, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the torso, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your arms by your ears, reach high, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, find your twist over to the right. Pull your left hip back. Legs are nice and long. Find the spin of the rib basket around the spine. Hips stay level to the top of the mat. As you breathe in, lengthen, reach into the front wall. Slowly lowering down, hinging at your hips. Bend into your left knee, fingertips to the floor. Lengthen the breath in. Draw the crown of the head to me. Find your spin. Lead with the center of your chest. Look over your right shoulder. Another breath in, get some more extension, more twist. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Rock your way all the way into a high plank position. Take a breath in. 3 push-ups. Exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, push right back up. Again, exhale, halfway down. Feel free to lower your knees. Inhale, right back up. Exhale, chaturanga. Hug the belly in, support the back body. Inhale, high plank, spin your heels over towards the left. Vashisthasana, right hand reaches overhead, feet can stay staggered. Stay here for another breath, lift the hips high. Lower your right hand down, spin your heels to the right. Left arm reaches overhead. Press down, lift the hips up. Stay here for another breath. Come into your high plank position. Lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale as a baby cobra or up dog, shoulders back, lift the thighs off the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe for 5 breaths. Noticing that you're already getting warm in your shoulders. A little bit more supple in the spine. And have your head hang nice and heavily. Get another breath in. Settle your heels a little bit more to the floor. Engage your legs. And your next inhalation, raise your right leg behind you, 3-limb dog. Bend your right knee, yawn your hip open. Pull your left hip back. Roll the right hip even more, but make sure your shoulders are still square to the top of the mat. Another breath here. So you exhale, tap your right arm with your right knee. Draw the right leg back behind you. Again, tap your right arm with your right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap your right arm with your right knee. Step your right foot outside of your hand. Keep your left leg long for lizard lunge. Squeeze the inside of your right knee to your outer arm. Keep your left leg nice and long as well. Pull your chest forward, bend your elbows to chaturanga arms. Inhale, right back up. Exhale, lower halfway down. Draw the crown of the head and look forward. Inhale, back up. One more round. Exhale, lower halfway down. Pin the elbows to the side body. Inhale, back up. Lower your left knee down. Sink hips nice and low. You can untuck your toes. Just hammock around a little bit. Start to wake up the inside of your right thigh a little bit more. But wherever your hands are, you're using them to pull the chest forward, dipping the hips down just a bit lower. Left hand underneath left shoulder, right hand to your right knee. Find a lengthening of the left ribs to the front wall. Spin them to the right inner knee and look over your right shoulder. You're more than welcome to stay here, or your option is to bend into your knee and find a half bow pose again. Sink hips down nice and low. Slide the left chest forward. Roll up. And the more you dip your hips down, the more you bend into your right knee, the more of a twist you'll get. Another breath. Slowly unwinding out of your twist. Lengthen as you breathe into the torso. Sink the hips low. Exhale, straighten your right leg for a wide-legged half split pose. Pull your right hip back. Lengthen as you breathe in. Bow your chest down. Then back into your right knee. Slide your way forward. Hands to the floor. Tuck your back toes. Swing your right leg back behind you. Three-legged dog. Bend your right knee. Open up the hip. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. Low runner's lunge. Pull your right hip back. Slide your left hip forward. Chest pulls forward. Hands can stay here. Bring your arms by your sides, reaching forward into an airplane pose. Hover your chest lightly over your thighs. Anchor in the belly. Stay here for another breath. Settle your hands to the floor. Step to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen chest forward. Exhale, bow it down, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your arms by your ears. Reach high, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest in the Sthiti equal standing. Breath in, big sweep up. Exhale, hinge all the way down, forward fold. Breath in, lengthen chest forward. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat, low runner's lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor, step quietly to a down dog. Vinyasa, inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, pull forward and up dog. Exhale, hips are high, down dog. Option for a second variation of vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale is your up dog. Return to your chaturanga. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your elbows. High plank on the breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 cycles of breath. So you can always add that in during your practice if you really want to ramp it up. You can always skip your vinyasas. You can always modify, come into cat-cows, child's pose. It's your practice, so do whatever feels good for you today, okay? Another breath in and a breath out. On your next inhalation, raise your left leg behind you, 3-limb dog. Pull your right hip back in space. Raise your left leg. Exhale, left knee to left arm. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee to left arm. Inhale, extend. Bend your left knee, yawn your hip open. Press into your left hand. Pull your right hip back. Make sure you open up even more. Your left heel is weighing very, very heavily. And square it off. Extend the leg. Exhale, tap your left arm with your left knee. Step your left foot outside your left hand for lizard lunge. Squeeze the inside of your knee to your arm. Make sure your right leg stays nice and long. As you bend your elbows, sliding them against the ribs, pull your chest forward. Inhale, right back up. Exhale, lower down, belly engaged. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back up. Settle your right knee to the floor. Untuck your toes. Roll around a little bit. Notice if one hip feels a little bit more differently than the other. Right now I'm on my right and it really is killing me. So you can sink down and sway a little bit. Right hand underneath right shoulder, left arm to your left knee. Find your twist. Look over your left shoulder. Make sure you're breathing, pressing down into your right hand, get a little bit more length. Perhaps finding your back foot. Sink the hips nice and low. Look over your left shoulder. Open up even more. Good. Coming back to center, sink the hips nice and low. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Half split pose, Ardha Hanumanasana. Lengthen as you breathe in. Pull your left hip back. Draw the chest towards your knee like a telescope. You're projecting the chest forward and bow it down. Then back into your left knee. Hands to the floor, tuck your back toes. Swing your left leg back behind you. Pull your right hip back, bend your left knee, stack it open. Step your left foot to the top of the mat for low runner's lunge. Take a breath in, hug your left hip back. Chest pulls forward. Hands can hover behind you into an airplane pose. In this pose, right leg is like a plank. Arms reach long behind you, crown of the head forward. Left hip is still hugging back to midline. Another breath here. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Spin around, slide your hands down the long side of your mat, bend into your right knee for Skandasana. Stay here for another breath. Curl your toes towards your shin, particularly your pinky toes. Straighten your left leg, bend into your right knee. Crawl your way around to the other side, Skandasana. Scoot your right heel towards the back wall. Straighten your right leg. Ninja walk it back and forth. Inhale, bend into your left knee. Crawl your way to the top of the mat. Hands to the floor. Take a breath in. Step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen chest forward. Breath out, fold forward. Inhale all the way up. Bring your arms by your ears, reach high. Stand tall. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest, Masthita equal standing. Arms by your sides, mountain pose. Shoulders forward and up as you breathe in. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Again, inhale, shoulders pull forward and up. Make sure our legs are nice and long. Exhale. And one more round. Inhale, shoulders pull forward and up. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Sun Salute, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, big sweep up. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Breath in, lengthen, chest forward. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or jump through to your Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale for an up dog, Adho Mukha. You could always come into baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Staying here, coming through your extra vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down to Chaturanga. Inhale for an up dog. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, back up. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Bring your thumbs together at the top of your mat. Take a breath in. Lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or float your feet outside your hands for Malasana squat. And either stay here with your hands, with your elbows inside of your knees, drawing your chest towards the thumbs, or bring your hands to the floor for Bakasana crane pose, coming high on the balls of your feet, knees to the outsides of your arms, bring your toes together, hover them off the floor, bring them towards your bum, and float your way through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. And take 3 breaths. Breath in, breath out. Keep pushing down to lift up. Good. Keep pressing away from the mat with the hands. Keep pulling your hips up and back. Settle your heels a little bit more to the floor. Another inhale and an exhale. Raise your right leg behind you, 3-limb dog. Keep it elevated as you walk your hands to the back of the mat into a standing split. In your standing split, take a breath in, roll your right hip on top of your left. Keep your right leg nice and long. Exhale, roll the right hip back down. Inhale, roll it open. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, roll it open. Exhale, roll it down. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Bring your right knee to your chest. Bring your right knee with you as you rise all the way up. Right hand can come to right hip. Grab your left knee with your right knee with your left hand, or grab the outer edge of your foot. For Utthita Hasta Pangastasana 3 as you twist to the right. Left leg is nice and firm. Pull your right hip down, draw your right arm behind you. Broaden at the collarbones. So in this pose, you want to make sure that you aren't sinking forward. You want to find more of a lift up in your chest, more of the spin of the rib basket around the spine. Another breath here. And come back to center, bend your right knee. Come into a standing split at the back of your mat. Press into your left foot, lift your right leg up a bit higher, leave it elevated. Walk your hands all the way into a three-legged plank. Stay in your plank, draw your right leg back behind you, nice and long. Exhale, right knee to left arm. Exhale, tap your left arm with your right knee. Inhale, bring your knee to your chest, round into the upper back, send your right leg long back behind you. Bend your right knee, open up your right hip. Come into a high plank position, Wild Thing Rock Star. Step your right foot behind you, right arm reaches overhead. Press down and lift up. Lower your right hand to the floor, swing your right leg underneath you. Fallen triangle, fallen star. Bring your right leg down, raise your left arm overhead. Right shoulder on top of right wrist. Come back to center. Swing your right leg back behind you. Bend your right knee, bend your elbows. Chest forward, maybe your left toes float off the mat. Press your way back into your three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Open up into a warrior two. Outer edge of your back foot is grounded. Arms are reaching sought front and back. Keep pressing into your right foot. Hug your right hip back. Lengthen your left leg a ton. Maybe you can slide your right knee forward and down even more. Reverse your warrior, reach up and back. As you exhale, bring your right forearm on top of your right thigh, left arm by your ear. Reach and lengthen, find the spiraling of the ribs around the spine. Look underneath your left shoulder. Keep reaching long, long, long. You can stay here or half bind. Draw your left arm behind you. Open up the left chest. Staying here or full bind, drawing your right arm underneath your right leg and opening up. Those of you who'd like to come into a bird of paradise, keep your bind, step your left foot forward. Gradually bring your right toes off the floor, finding the firmness in the left standing leg. Staying here, opening up at the broadening of the collarbones, straighten your right leg out to the side, and eventually everybody meet in extended side angle. Breathing here for another 2 breaths. If you're staying in your side angle, find the reach of your fingertips to the outer edge of your back foot. Roll the right ribs to the front wall and roll open. Another breath. Come all the way back up to center. Reverse your warrior. As you exhale, right forearm on right thigh, left arm by your ear. Press down, reach up and back. In your exhalation, cartwheel your hands all the way to the top of the mat. Low runner's lunge, draw your chest forward. Left hand down, right arm reaches out to the right. Find a spin to the right. Pull your right hip back. Lengthen the left chest to the wall and twist a bit more. Right hip hugs in underneath. Take another breath. Lower your right hand down. Roll onto the outside of your left foot. Wild Thing Rock Star. Right foot down, right arm reaches overhead. Settle your right hand down. Swing your right leg underneath. Fallen triangle, fallen star. Press down, lift up. Lower your left hand to the floor. Three-legged plank. Exhale, lower down to three-legged chaturanga. Inhale for your up dog. Exhale for your down dog. Staying here, coming through your extra vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale is your up dog. Open your chest. Return to your chaturanga. Tuck your toes. Bend your elbows deeply. Inhale, push up into a high plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. And stay here for 5 breaths. Come into child's pose for a few moments. Let everything settle in. Breathing here for another 3. Soften into your breath for 2. But feel the emphasis of the placement of the hands on the floor and the knuckles to drive your hip bones up and back, settling your heels more to the floor. In your downward facing dog, raise your left leg behind you, 3-limb dog. Keep it lifted as you walk your hands to the back of the mat, standing split. Breath in from your right outer hip into midline. Lift your left leg up higher. Roll your left hip open. Exhale, come back to neutral. 2 more times. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Bend your left knee. Right hand to right hip, left hand to left knee. Slowly bring your way all the way up. Left hand to left hip, right hand to left knee. Pull your left hip back. Staying here, sliding your hand down the outside of your foot. Leg in front of you, left arm reaches back behind you. Breath in to find a little bit more lift and lengthen. A little bit more of a twist when you breathe out. Lengthen as you breathe in. Soften your shoulders as you breathe out. Come back to center, bending into your left knee, arms reach overhead. Straighten your left leg long back behind you, coming back into your standing split. Left leg stays elevated. Come into your three-legged plank. Pull your left leg long back behind you, exhale, tap your left knee. Take a breath in, pull it over to your right arm. Inhale into your chest. Press down, lift up. Three-legged dog, draw your left leg back behind you, bend your left knee, yawn it open. Tap your left arm with your left knee. Bend your elbows, glide the chest forward. Create a platform. Inhale back up, three-legged dog. Stack your hip open again. Step your left foot between your hands, warrior two. Bend into your left knee. You might need to lengthen your stance a bit. Make sure your left heel is lined up with your back arch. Right leg is long. Core is engaged. Shoulders directly over your hips. Hips are nice and neutral to the floor. Stay here for another breath. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Form up thigh, bring your right arm by your ear. Hug the left hip underneath the right. Lengthen your right leg, either staying here in this glorious stretch between your ribs or come into a half bind, placing the lower back right into the forearm. Lean back. Staying here or your full bind, left arm underneath left thigh. Staying here or into your bird of paradise, placing weight onto your right foot, gradually bringing your left toes up and finding your variation of your bird of paradise. In your extended side angle, keep reaching the left arm towards the front wall. Find that rotation of your ribs around the spine. Make sure your right leg stays long. Another breath. Come all the way up, straightening into your left leg. Parallel your feet. Hinge for a wide-legged forward fold. Come onto your fingertips to lengthen. Draw your chest forward. Come onto your fingertips. Exhale, bow it down. Either stay here, you can bring your hands and your forearms, hands to big toes with two fingers and a thumb. Make sure your weight is drawing towards the balls of your feet. Or coming into a variation of Shirasana, but in a tripod headstand, which I'm not doing because I'm on a hardwood floor. Anyway, so those of you that are coming into the inversion, strong core engagement, as you bring your legs up towards one another. Keep reaching and length, engage your legs. In your wide-legged forward fold, hip bones are high, belly scooped in. Make sure you're collapsing into the inner arches of your feet. Next inhalation, come onto your fingertips to lengthen. As you exhale, bend into your left knee, spin around to face the top of the mat. Right hand down, left arm out to the left, twist open towards your left, hug your left hip back. Lengthen the right chest forward, spin the ribs towards the left in your thigh, and reach up. Right leg stays long. Lower your left hand to the floor, come back to center. Roll onto the outside of your right foot, step your left foot behind you, wild thing rock star, left arm overhead. Set your left hand down so your leg underneath you, fallen triangle, fallen star, right arm reaches overhead. Press down, lift up. Right hand comes down. Come into your three-legged plank, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Option for final second vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale for your upward facing dog. Return to your chaturanga as you exhale. High plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels high, lift your hips high. Open mouth, breath out, let it go. Inhale, heels high, hips high. Open mouth, breath out, settle the heels to the floor. One more time, inhale, heels high, hips high. Exhale, settle the heels to the floor. Feel a little bit more space in your spine. Feel a bit longer in the side waist. Make sure shoulder heads are soft. Chest towards the thighs, heels lower a little bit more to the floor. Another inhale, and let it go. On your next inhalation, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or float your way all the way to the top of the mat to sit down. Lengthen your legs in front of you. Bend your right knee. Slide your left leg long out to the side. Slide your left hand inside of your left leg. Right arm reaches up overhead. Find a stretch towards the left knee. Roll your right chest open. Feel the heaviness of your right arm to help you open up a little bit more. Make sure your right sitting bone is anchored to the floor. Maybe a little bit more of a stretch, right? Come back to center, right hand presses down. Left arm swings up overhead, beautiful pose, stargaze. Press into your right hand, lift the hips, draw the hips forward and lean back. Gently find your way back to center. Slide your left knee bent, right leg out to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Right hand inside of your right leg, left arm reaches overhead. Lengthen as you breathe in, right ribs towards right knee. Use your hand and your knee to help you accomplish that. Then roll your left chest open. Settle your left shoulder back a bit more. Breathe into all the space between your side ribs. Another breath here. Back to center. Then into your right knee. Actually, bring your legs out to the sides for Uttanasana. Not one of my favorite poses. And I usually bring my hand in front and hand in back just to crawl my way forward a little bit. Try to maintain a long spine as long as you can as you walk your hands forward. Keep drawing the chest forward. Roll the front hip points forward. Let your head and neck relax. Breathing here for a few more moments, feeling the sensation inside of your thighs. Continue to lengthen the torso on each breath in. Feel a bit more of a melting quality to your pose when you breathe out. Slowly walking your hands back in front of you. Bring your hands inside your thighs, bend your knees. Use the assist of your hands to bring your knees together. Keep your feet on the floor, roll down on the count of 10. Don't move your feet. 9, 8, 7. Start to feel the articulation of your spine as you lower all the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Palms beside you, bend your knees, place your feet underneath your knees. A few bridge roll-ups just to open up the front of the spine, the front of the chest. Press down, lift up, bring your arms way overhead. Press down, lift up a bit more. As you exhale, slowly lower it down one vertebra at a time until your palms and your tailbone touch at the same time. 2 more times. Inhale, press down, lift up. Feel the shoulder blade wingtips press right into the back of the heart. Get a little bit more lift, chest to chin. On the exhalation, slowly rolling down, just pressing the air down back to the floor. 1 more time. Inhale, press down, lift up. As you exhale, slowly lower it down. Bring your knees back to your chest. Give yourselves another squeeze. Return to your happy baby pose. Perhaps it's happier than at the beginning of class. Once again, you can rock from one side to the other. And straighten one leg and then the other. Eventually bring your knees together. Bring your left knee to your chest, bring your right leg long to the mat. Use your right hand to guide your left knee over to the right. And turn your head to the left for a spinal twist. Notice where you need the twist the most. Is it in your upper back? Lower your left shoulder to the floor. If you need it in your lower back, draw your left knee closer to the floor. You feel where you need it the most. Slowly come back to center. Straighten your left leg long, bend your right knee. Guide it over to the left with your left hand, right arm out to the right. Turn your head to the right to complete your twist. And just readjust your twist just a bit to feel where you want the twist the most, in your upper back, your thoracic, or in your right outer hip. Breathe into the stretch. And back to center. Straighten both legs long in front of you. Let your feet and knees roll open, palms by your sides, palms face up. So all together, take one long, slow, smooth breath in. Open your mouth, exhale, slowly let it out. And as you settle into your Shavasana, feel the support of the ground. Feel the front of the body melting into the back of the body. Begin to feel soft in your fingers and your toes, your ankles and wrists, between your frontal hip points, in front of your shoulders. You can wiggle your jaw around to release any residual tension. Settle comfortably into a conscious rest, Shavasana. I invite you to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. Otherwise, you can start to bring movement into your fingers and toes as you bring sensation back into your body, creating a bit more of an awareness to your presence in your room and on the mat. Eventually rolling out ankles and wrists a bit more, gently moving your head from one side to the other. Just notice what you're feeling right now. It's perhaps the feeling that keeps bringing you back to your mat over and over again. Eventually bending your knees, gather your knees into your chest. Roll over onto your right side. As you press your way up into a seated position, leave your eyes closed to maintain that internal focus. Bring the hands to press together at the center of our chest, sitting up a little bit taller. Together we'll take a deep breath in. Open our mouths and exhale, side out. Honoring the light in you that is the light in me, I thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me. Namaste. I'm Teri. Have a great day.